In the distant future, we'll invent something that cleans us with lasers or something. Until that point, we'll just have to continue using hot water to wash our stuff and to take baths. Hot water heaters come in two varieties. Those with tanks that are better for larger households, and those without, which are better for quick and easy hot water. EcoSmart Eco 27. If you're going tankless in the first place, your needs are probably slightly different. You don't expect to have one person doing dishes, another in the shower, and a third doing laundry. If you're the true minimalist looking for something simple, this is the model for you. For tankless, it's really cheap and it's great for something like a large apartment or a condo, but for a larger household, it might fall short. All tankless water heaters are kind of dependent on the area you live in, and this one is better for warmer climates only. Stiebel Eltron Tempera Plus. The amount of water handled by your heater is measured in GPM or gallons per minute, and that is determined by the temperature of the incoming water. So if you live in Alaska, the incoming water is colder than if you lived in Florida. And cold water takes longer to heat up, so that limits your GPM. While the previous model was mostly useful in warm climates, this is the alternative electric model for those living in colder areas. It does cost a bit more, but it could raise your water's temperature by over 100 degrees while still pumping out over 3.5 gallons of water a minute. A very solid choice for small households living on the North Pole. Tagaki TH3DVN. Unless you have special considerations, this next model is hands down the all-around best on our list, if you're okay with using natural gas. It recycles its own exhaust to help heat up the water. That means 98% heating efficiency. It can reach temperatures as high as 185 degrees with a base of 10 gallons per minute. And this thing's powerful enough to work great in the cold weather. But it is a bit pricier than the electric models. If you have a smaller household, it might be a bit too much power for you. And those living in warmer environments can probably get away with something a bit cheaper. Rheem RTGH 95DVLP. So this model is roughly comparable to the last one we looked at, including in price point, but it does have a very specific feature that we thought it would be important to point out. Tankless heaters have a threshold for minimum GPM. Usually, you'll have to be flowing close to a gallon a minute for the heater to kick on. However, sometimes you need hot water, but you don't need gallons of it. So if you're eco-conscious, living in an area with water supply problems, or you find yourself needing only a trickle of hot water, this model starts heating when you reach around 1/4 gallon a minute. For a special few, this is the water heater you've been looking for. EcoTemp L10. Now, when I said some of you would have special considerations, this is exactly what I was talking about. What if you don't have a house, or an apartment, or a shack? What if you needed hot water in, say, your RV? You'd need something small, efficient, and portable, which is exactly what this model offers. It runs on something most RV owners have plenty of, propane. And instead of needing a pilot light or a match, this will light itself with a pair of D batteries. Because it's in the featherweight class, it's also much cheaper, and does surprisingly well in colder temperatures. If you need something portable, you can't get much better than that.